Okay, welcome to the July 13th council meeting, Township of Stone Mills. I'd like to call the meeting to order. This meeting's being live streamed and recorded and will be available on the Township YouTube. And notice is hereby provided that under the authority of the Municipal Act 2001, in accordance with the Municipal Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act, that all information obtained is considered part of the public record. We're come to the point where it's confirmation of the agenda and a motion to adopt, and we have to amend the motion. We have a request from the Centreville Agricultural Society for a donation, so we'd like to get that amended. If somebody would please move that and second it. Moved by Robbie Fenwick, seconded by Wenda. All in favor? Carried. Moved as amended. Any direction, any pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Councillor Milligan?
I just want to declare for what you just added, 8.8, the Fair Board request, because I'm on the Fair Board.
All right. No open forum? No open forum, no presentations, any deputations, none scheduled? Items for consideration, 8.1 road widening bylaw. That a bylaw being a bylaw to establish certain loads as lands as municipal highway, North Beaver Lake Road, Woodcock Mills Road, School Road, Moscow Road, Freeman Road, Colebrook Road, Lake Road, and Academy Street be enacted and passed, and the mayor and clerk be authorized to sign and seal. These lands are the result of severances. We have a recommendation. Anybody want to move the recommendation? Moved by Councillor Woodcock, seconded by Councillor Lalande. Okay. All in favor? Carried. 8.2, Bethel Road. This report recommends that a bylaw be to formally accept lands along Bethel Road recently transferred to the township as a public highway. The transfer and surveys were completed at no cost to the municipality, and registration costs will be covered with the approved 26 planning department budget. Recommendation that the bylaw, certain lands of the public lands be enacted and passed, and the clerk and mayor be authorized to sign. Any mover? Councillor Lalande, Councillor Woodcock. Okay, all in favor? Carried. 8.3. Provincial advocacy request for enabling authority of vacant and commercial storefront tax tool. The council support motion SR 0340 respecting provincial advocacy request for enabling authority for a vacant commercial storefront tax tool, and that council endorse the corporation of the County of Prince Edward advocacy position requesting that the province of Ontario establish an enabling legislation and regulatory authority permitting municipalities to adopt an optional vacant commercial storefront tax tool and similar fiscal mechanism. Is there any discussion on this before we call for the recommendation? Go ahead, Robbie.
Yeah, and going over that, I personally think that our third option is a great one. And think it's fantastic that we're speaking about this. So I'm in support of option number 3.
Any other comment? Councillor Milligan.
I would support that motion as well.
Any other discussion? Okay. Moved by Councillor Fenwick, seconded by Councillor Milligan, that option 3 be endorsed. Sorry, comments from staff?
Through you, Mayor Davison.
Yep.
This is the information that was derived from a question from the previous council meeting that we had, and The tax tool authority, of course, is through the province as far as taxing different options. And option 3 pertains to tools that could be enforced by the township, and how they could be enforced or actually utilized, would require additional information and costing probably for the bylaw department and a couple other departments within the municipality in order to implement any of these, plus additional funding for some type of rehabilitation or a facade or community investment program that we currently do not have.
I'm not sure what to do on that. Okay, go ahead, Councillor Milligan.
I was just wondering, and I know I just seconded that, but what if we were to back up a bit and endorse the Prince Edward County position and see what comes of that? And then, I mean, this is not anything urgent. See what comes of their work. And even this could be something for the new council even to talk about once we have more information.
I'm fine with that.
Fine with that, so you're rescinding the motion?
I am.
Okay, so the motion is then just to endorse Prince Edward County. Any other comments? Go ahead, Randy.
Through Chair, just to clarify, so the recommendation is, sorry, Councillor Fenwick is changing the motion to that council endorse the Corporation of the County of Prince Edward County advocacy position to adopt the optional vacant commercial storefront tax tool or similar fiscal mechanisms. And is that supported by Councillor Milligan as a change? Just to confirm.
Yes.
One thing. And also to have staff come back with a follow-up report after to see if there's been any response to Prince Edward County's information. That way it doesn't get past us later on.
Any other discussion? If hearing none, I'll call the motion. Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, thanks for this report. I wasn't aware that we couldn't do that, so it was helpful to have that information, and I'm in support of option 2 as well.
Okay, call the motion. All in favor? Carried. 8.4 K9 Water Sport Special Event Permit. That the council receive the report titled K9 Water Sport Special Event Permit, and that council approve a special event permit application. And 2, that council approve a noise exemption but daily on July 24th, 25th, and 26th between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. This report serves to inform council that the staff are in receipt of a special event permit. And this is for the water sport event that's being held in Newburgh on July 24th, 25th, and 26th. The recommendation that council receive the report and approve the special event permit and the noise bylaw exemption. Any comment? Go ahead. You're gonna move it?
I was just going to move it, yes.
Move it. Seconder. Moved by Councillor Lalonde, second to Councillor Woodcock. All in favor? Do you have a comment? Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to the discussion that I went to the event last year, one of the days, and it's something to behold. And if anybody on council cares to set some time aside from our busy schedules, you'd really enjoy it. Bring little ones with you. It's just so much fun. It's really a nice day. Bring an umbrella though, because it gets pretty hot out there.
Okay. Call the motion. All in favor? Approved. Carried. Do you want to take the next one? I'm losing my place, please.
So the next item is item 8.5 Hollow Market Square request to, 8.5 Hollow Market Square request to deem event as municipally significant. The recommended motion by staff is that council receive the report entitled Hollow Square Request to Deem Event as Municipally Significant, and that council deem the canine water sport event as outlined in the request as municipally significant. Is there a mover and seconder? So count.
Move by, sorry, I'm losing my voice for some reason. Moved by Crystal Lee, seconded by Sherry. All in favor? Carried. Yep, go ahead.
Next one is 8.6 Ottawa Valley Powerboat Club Special Event Permit Application. So the recommendation from staff is that council receive the report entitled Ottawa Power Boat Special Event Permit, and 1, that council approve the special event permit application, and 2, that council approve a noise exemption on Saturday, July 25th, between the hours of 10:30 a.m. and 6 p.m., and on Sunday, July 26th, between the hours of 10:30 and 6 p.m.
Councillor Milligan,
Just motion to approve.
motion to approve. Councillor Lalonde, second. Any discussion? All in favor? Carried. Alternate, new recreational rental space. That council received the information report entitled New Recreation Rental Space at Stone Mills Recreation Center for information. And further, that the council directs staff to review and update any relevant policies related to recreational programming and facility rentals to reflect the addition of this space and the report back to council and any recommendations recommended. So we've all read this report. We've found some new space. The recommendation is that we receive it for information purposes, and the recreation space at the Stone Mill Center for information, and further that the council directs staff to review and update any relevant policies related to the recreational program and facilities rentals to reflect the addition of this space and the report back to council for any recommended amendments. Is there any just information, Jake, that you would like to supply?
Yeah, I'm just here in this report to kind of announce that there appears to be a thriving new program in a space that was basically unused space in the Stone Mills Rec Center above the multi-purpose room. And this new thriving jiu-jitsu club appears to be extremely popular. And in this report, essentially, we're coming to council with a request to come to council further with the fees and charges bylaw altered to reflect the fact that we have a new space to now rent out.
Yep.
Happy to take any questions.
Yeah, I just want to add that the fees and charges it'll be a minor adjustment from an administrative point of view because we already have rates set for that building and we're just going to apply those same rates. It is a smaller space than the other two, but we'll keep it at the same rate. There is some materials being left there by the group, but the group has also indicated that they're willing to work with other groups if there were a group that would benefit from using the space. It is a slightly different space in that it's not your typical just floors and walls, and there's where you'd set up chairs and have a card game or something like that. It is set up more like akin to a gym. So any additional use of the space would, be likely more in that realm than it would be, say, like a banquet or a card game or what have you. But the group is well organized, I guess, is probably the best way to put it. They have come kind of like ready to go and are providing a service to the community that didn't exist in prior. So it's a good news story all around.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent story that it's space that wasn't being used and it's not interfering with any other recreational programs, and yet it's an increase for the community. So I think it's an excellent thing. Can I have a mover to receive this? Counselor Woodcock and Counselor McDonald. All in favor? Carried. Consent agenda. No, 8.8, sorry. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So we're adding 8.8 to the agenda. This was a request that came in from the Centreville Agricultural Society requesting funding to support their fair and the maintenance of the lands. This request has come to council in previous years, and the amount that they are requesting is $2,500. Council has $7,654.72 remaining in the council donation budget line. So if council wants to make a motion to approve or deny or modify that request.
Any discussion on this matter? Go ahead, Robbie.
Yeah, based on the timing, we're almost midway through the year. Actually, we are midway through the year. And this would put us at the halfway point in our budget. And if I recall correctly, last year, we gave an amount to our a local Olympian, Jay, which will not occur this year. So I'm thinking we're right on track. And on top of that, Centerville Fair is extremely near and dear to all of us. Well, most of us. People that just moved here don't, but probably don't know anything about it. But the majority of us, and I think this is a great thing. So I am absolutely in favor of it, and I'd be happy to make that motion.
Moved by Counselor, seconded by Counselor Lalonde. Any more discussion? All in favor? Carried. Let the record show. Counselor Milligan declared. Yeah, okay. Consent agenda. Okay, recommend 9.1. That all items in the consent agenda dated. Anybody wants to pull anything from the consent agenda? Go ahead, Robbie.
I'd like to pull 9.4.
Yep. Anybody?
I wanted to talk about 9.4 as well. Also 9.9, 9.17, and 9.18.
Okay, Wenda?
9.12.
Anybody else? Go ahead, Crystal Lee.
9.11, 9.18, and then, yeah, the other ones were already.
Yep, okay. So I would move the rest of it. Could I have a motion to adopt the remaining members of the agenda? Moved by Crystal Lee, seconded by Sherry. All in favor? Carried. Okay, 9.4 is the first one, Robbie?
Yeah, actually, the only comment I want to make on this, because I'm sure Sherry will do the lion's share of this one, is I wanted to thank Sherry for being so proactive on that. I was not aware of this massive power outage across the township because mine only flickered. And to find out that so many people in the township were suffering so dramatically in that heat, I was so pleased to hear that Sherry took the initiative to reach out and look after our people. So I just wanted to say thank you to Sherry for that. That's a very powerful move. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, same. I think that was really great. And I like that we're going to kind of look forward to these in the future because there will be other power outages, and with extreme heat, it can have major health implications for people. And so I like the forward nature of that. And then also, what are happening with the fireworks that we didn't use? Because can we pick a date for them to be put to use? Like, I know we have a mayor and deputy mayor who will be retiring from public service. We're going to have a big bang or something like that. Sherry, you may have the answer to that. So.
Do you want me to speak to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Canada Day Committee, so the fireworks this year cost about $10,000. Luckily, the company that we have they had already arrived, but they didn't unpack anything. And around 6 o'clock, they showed us the radar and said, you can call it now or wait. So we called it, and we didn't have to pay for them. So what we're doing is, rather than waste them on a Friday night with not many people, we're using them next year. So we don't have to fundraise that much money next year.
That's good. Good. All right. Do you need a motion for that one? Can I have a motion to adopt or accept, receive 9.4? Moved by Krista Lee, second.
I think Sherry wanted to comment on
Okay, sorry.
I just really wanted to say that it was so interesting to sort of watch how it all unfolded. Being on the emergency management committee, it was interesting because you can have all the plans you want, but actually being able to practice them and have them happen, and with no bad effects, everything worked out fine. It was really interesting, even to learn some of the shortfalls we have for the future.
Okay, go ahead, Jason.
Just from a staff point of view, I just wanted to highlight that we are recognizing that there are more events that have happened in a number of years around us. So when you look at what happened in Addington Highlands not too long ago, what's now happened more dramatically to the east of us in Harrowsmith and whatnot, that it's a top of mind for staff to sort of have processes and update our procedures related to that. The power outages, particularly in this round, was an interesting problem to observe because while there were ongoing power outages throughout the township during each wave of storms, it was different people who had different power outages for the most part. There was one very small group, I think, that had a long extended power outage, and it was just down Centreville Road here where they were out for, I think, 3 or 4 days at the long end. Whereas we watched as a small group had power outages on one side of Beaver Lake, and then just as that got resolved, another storm rolled through, and then the power outages all shifted to the other side of Beaver Lake. And then the split resources that we had in that we did have emergency response out dealing with a structure fire, which then had trickle down effects on some of the community events that some of the people who were involved with that fire would have normally participated and supported that Canada Day event. So there's a lot of moving parts for us to manage, and what threshold we would pull the trigger on more active interventions is kind of what we were debriefing on. And we will be doing some more communication around sort of in normal times, reminding residents about what they can do to prepare for emergencies, because it is common practice and guidance that most residents should be prepared for a brief time of self-resilience. And I would say that we saw that with our residents here, that there are a lot of people who are had issues, but we also saw that a lot of people were prepared for that, which is a testament to the kind of resilience that the residents of the township have.
Go ahead, Robbie.
Sorry, just one thing that popped into my mind, and I know we're gonna end up looking for gaps in the system and tidying things up, and we're always improving, which is great, especially when we need to. But one of the other things too is we maybe should, and I don't know, I don't know, maybe it's in there already, but if we have vulnerable citizens and their loved ones would like to put them on maybe a checklist, for example, I'm thinking about a senior living at home alone or something like that, who would be on a short list where our first responders, if they're available, not in the middle of a house fire, could after a period of time contact the number and check on them, make sure they're okay, that kind of thing, and or contact their contact and say, would you like us to check on your loved one? So someone, it would be beneficial to everybody in the township if they knew they could put them on that list. There's a lot of folks that live here, especially seniors who have their children who don't live in the area. And I think there would be a lot of peace of mind with that, if they knew that, and also a generator sharing list. So for example, I have 2 or 3 generators. and I'm more than happy to run around, drop them off, set them up, run cords if I know where to go. And I, as I spoke to, I had no idea there was any serious power outage in Stone Mills. I didn't look at my hydro app because I didn't have to, right? So when I found out that people were out for a couple, 3 days that live 15 minutes away, I felt guilty that I didn't help, but I didn't know. So just one of those things where knowledge is power. So if we've got all these people that are willing to do things, if they know they can help. So not a bad plan if people want to put themselves on that list as well, that they'd be willing to offer assistance if needed, and then we can harness the power of community.
Okay, can I have a motion to receive this? Moved by Sherry, seconded by Wenda. All in favor? Carried. 9.17, I guess that's yours again, Rob. Okay, sorry, who had 9.17 or 9.7? I made a mistake, Sherry, I jumped ahead. The next one that was listed was 9.7, wasn't it?
No, I've got 9.9.
9.9, okay, sorry. I wrote down the wrong number.
So all three of mine that are left are all about the same thing. 9.9, 9.17, and 9.18. About the sustainable provincial grant funding for fire services. And I'd like to receive and support the three letters, but I'm wondering if there's something, and I don't know if Fire Chief Thompson can enlighten us, if there's something he would want us to do our own motion for. It's to help provide more equitable and predictable funding for operations and training for volunteer fire departments. Sorry, Jeffrey. I should have let you know I was going to talk about that.
That's okay.
Right.
Through you, Deputy Mayor Davidson. Yeah, it's always good to support any kind of funding application, whether it's fire or any department. Um, and over the past years, fire's actually been one of the ones that are been overlooked. The emergency services from the province and the fire marshal's office. So, yeah, we can either support this or write our own letter. I'll leave that up to the clerk.
What was your third one? I got 9.9 and
9.17 and 9.18. They all speak to the same.
9.17, okay. Can we lump all three together then?
Yeah.
Any, help to support any other discussion on them? Okay, can I have a mover? Moved by Crystal Lee, seconded by Wendy. Sorry,
I just wanted to see if we could add to that, writing our own letter in addition to these three.
mover and seconder, fine with that?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Call,
Brandy.
Sorry, through the chair, I have Councillor Milligan down as moving that,
okay, sorry. Did you have a seconder?
whoever you're calling.
Crystal
Can
Lee,
second it, yeah.
okay. All in favor? Pass, received. 9.11. Crystal Lee,
Yeah, this is just about the development charge reduction program. Now I know that this letter really touches on, sort of the way that policy is often not is written for a city and not for a municipality of our size or a rural municipality. And it's just asking for some changes to that funding model. For example, more flexible and extended application timelines, scale the project requirements that reflect the community's size and capacity, adjust the eligibility criteria to recognize the unique infrastructure funding models and operational realities of rural municipalities. We do not have the same kind of in-house staff as urban areas. And so we found that this program didn't really apply to us. And so I think there should be more flexibility so that it actually would suit our community so that we are, having ability to access those funds as well.
okay. So you're gonna
So I
make
would
that
receive and support, yes.
receive and report?
And that's the same, wasn't 918 is the same one, I think.
Yep, 918, okay, 911 and 918.
Oh, no, that's the fire service. 917. Those are both around so I would include both of
Get it
those
straight.
to receive and support.
Receive and support, Crystal Lee. Certainly.
I think that particular thing expired on June 19th or 20th or something, so I don't know that it would do any good at this point.
As I understand it, the letter from Plimpton, Wyoming is more about the fact that that program was not really appropriate, and it's asking the province to consider other programs and other considerations for future funding.
Okay. Looking for a seconder. Seconded by Councillor Milligan. All in favor? Carried. And 9.12.
So I just wanted to ask if we would write a letter of support for this. Kingston and area is the epicenter for North America for ticks. And it's just been discovered that there's a new sort of variation that's created by a tick bite. It's called anaplasmosis. It initially has been affecting dogs and cats, and now they're finding in this area in particular, but in general, that it's affecting people. And it's targeting specific cells like heart, kidney, brain, and it forms like an inflammation and infection generally. And if it's not picked up and identified, that people can run into some serious problems with it. So because we are the epicenter and we're part of this area, I think we really need to ask the government to kind of step it up and work with the scientists and figure out a way to
Mhm.
settle that down.
So you're
So-
moving to endorse?
Yeah, absolutely.
To
Yes.
receive and
Yeah.
endorse, okay. Seconder? Crystal Lee? Okay, any comment?
Yeah, I just really am in support of this motion as well. We know that, like I've had quite a few people in my family that I know that have been deeply impacted by Lyme disease. My child luckily was treated, but when you find the giant bullseye on your child, it's very scary. And they're only increasing, and it is underfunded. The response to it's like very serious issue, so definitely in support.
Any other comments? Motion to receive, everybody in favor? Carried. That's all of them? Is there any notice of motions? Councillor Milligan?
I wanted to provide notice that at a future meeting of council, I intend to introduce the following motion, that council direct staff to create and maintain a dedicated Alto information page on the Township of Stone Mills website, and that the page be used to provide residents with factual, up-to-date information related to the Alto project, including township resolutions, council decisions, public notices, meeting dates, links to official government and Alto resources, and other information deemed appropriate by the CAO. And that the purpose of this page be to improve communication, transparency, and public access to information regarding the proposed Alto project and its potential impacts on Stone Mills Township.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Through you, Deputy Mayor, so this will be placed on the August 10th council meeting. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Any direct motions? Hearing none. Any announcements? The upcoming meeting dates, Lennox County Council, Wednesday, July 15th at 6:30. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, Doug. It's not an announcement per se, but I just wanted to mention this. I think it was valuable. I got my tax bill in the mail, as a lot of us did, and the budget summary from the county and from Stone Mills. And I am not sure exactly who we commandeered to do this, or if it was done in-house or whatever, but if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you have, this is what the synopsis looks like with a pie graph and some images. And I must say, it's fantastic. We live in a world of memes, and this was so easy to absorb and to digest that it was shocking. So somebody is doing it right. And nothing against the county, but when you compare the two, this is almost entertaining to read. And I think our community is gonna benefit huge from this. It's so easy to understand. So Don't know who it is, don't know who we hired, if we did it in-house, but whoever it is, I really want to shake their hand because this is fantastic stuff. So I think that's important. I shared that.
Okay, I'll continue on. The Committee of Adjustments meeting Wednesday, August the 5th at 5 o'clock. And regular council is meeting Monday, August 10th at 6:30. Go ahead, Wendy.
Yes, so I had two items. One was just to congratulate staff on the successful implementation and placement of the Flynn Bridge this week. It was amazing to see it in progress. It was just delightful, and everybody seemed to work very, very hard. And I'd have to actually ask Jeff what he thought of the project and how you felt it went. But as an observer, it was really amazing. What were your thoughts?
Through you, Deputy Mayor Davison. It went very well. We had some challenges with getting a crane there, but timelines have worked out and we're actually still there. We're doing concrete pour tomorrow. So hopefully 2 weeks after that, the road will be back open.
Wonderful.
Go ahead.
And the second item, so I was at the Canada Day event in Tamworth and as a greeter for an hour, and I was just looking around when it was quiet, and I looked over behind the where the lions were flipping burgers, and I could see looked like a garden, and I didn't realize how successful the community garden had been. And so I wandered over there and I took some pictures, and it's beautiful. Like, they've done a terrific job. There's some very, very good gardeners in this area because they had, the lettuce was all covered and they had trellises for the bees to climb and little beds of new starting plants. And I'm sorry to say I had no idea how this project had evolved like that. So thank you to staff for helping this wonderful group of individuals who came forward a while ago to bring this to our attention because it was spectacular to see it.
There's no closed meeting this evening. So can I have a confirmation by law? Moved by Sherry, seconded by Wendy, that confirm the proceedings of the Council of Stone Mills. All in favor? Passed, carried, sorry. And I have a motion for adjournment. Moved by Wendy McDonald, seconded by Krista Lee. All in favor? Carried. Meeting's adjourned.